Okay, the market outlook in view of tariff and Trump administration. What I'm going to do today is to. You saw my earlier photo, right? A lot of hair. My hair has disappeared. 6 years ago, just a quick one, I had major surgery for cancer. Lost all my hair for a while. And after that, I said, hey, not bad hairstyle. And I kept that ever since. Not easy to manage. Those of you with hair, you'll know that, you don't just wash your hair, that's it. And every 4 days I have to go and do a shaving, whatever. It's not easy. Alright, people say, oh, very easy, you cut one time, but you must cut it smooth, you see. When your hair grows, it becomes quite unruly. So I kept it anyway. So now, what I'm going to do is, Clarence was telling you he's an entertainer, alright? The introduction, you found out that I'm more an educator. So I teach and I continue to teach. Although I just left James Cook University, not left, but I told them I want to slow down because the students nowadays are quite demanding. I give up. Alright? If they get A's or H or D's distinction, they're not happy. They come to you. How come I don't have higher distinction? So I say, well, if you let another lecturer teach you, I'm not going to teach. So I kind of stopped. But they will call me every now and then. If I'm okay, I will teach. If not, I will not teach. But most likely, I will not teach. And I also left IGM, Informa Global Markets, last month because I want to focus on what I'm doing for those who are following my trading, those who are doing my attack. So I have a group actually who trade apex, and they're doing quite well. In fact, there's a couple of them who are actually star traders, better than me. All right, so I want to expound on that to make it more interesting for the group. So what I'm going to do today is just to teach you a little bit more, not teaching, but telling you that during this difficult uncertainty, there are, like Ryan says, opportunities, little nuggets, that you can get by following some simple rules. Okay, one of them is, during uncertain times, what do? You try to limit the number of currency pairs that you are going to trade. I applaud Clarence. He trades so many products. I cannot do that. I will go crazy, alright? Secondly, find the least volatile pairs to trade given the uncertainty. And thirdly, you trade only a fraction of what you normally trade during normal time. Now, I'll go into each and every one. Okay, now there's a saying, Jack of all trades, master of none. So those of you who know proverbs, if you know everything, oh, I know Euro Swiss, I know Euro Pound, I know Aussie, Euro Aussie, but you do not know the character of that currency. So it applies to financial markets as well, especially in FX. So if you trade many pairs, it is unlikely that you will know each pairs intimately. Alright, however, if you just concentrate on a few pairs, you will know the characteristic of each pair. Alright, okay, now, today I'm going to have the 3 pairs there for you. Aussie, US, New Zealand, US, Aussie, New Zealand. And why do I trade those 3 currencies, you may ask? Because, firstly, they are my favorite currencies. I started as a spot trader 41 years ago, trading Aussie. And to this day, I love the Aussie.
But this is not the
Alright?
the slide.
And during those 40 years, what I find about Aussie is it is very, very steady as a currency pair. It follows fundamentals to a T, and it follows technicals to a T. What do I mean by that? It simply means if it breaks a certain chart point, it will go until it reaches an objective. I don't know whether Clarence has all these charts, he can tell you that. Or, secondly, it follows fundamentals. Alright? And why I say it follows fundamentals with these is because at the current moment, you will find that the Aussie is very weak. Why? Very simple. The trade wars, so-called trade wars. As long as the tariffs are at 10%, it is very bad for everybody. 10% is a lot, Alright, I mean, of course, from the 46%, 54%, going down to 10%, people say, wow, quite a lot of difference, but it's not. 10% is still there, and it hurts a lot of people. So what's going to happen? It's going to hurt a lot of growth. There will be uncertainty in global growth, which is why Clarence was saying, sell US stocks. Why? Simple. US will be the one that will suffer the most. So therefore, they sell stocks, and of course Donald Trump blinked. Donald Trump panicked because the bond market was being whacked left, right, and center. Now look at when the bond market gets whacked. What are bonds? Bonds are basically IOUs by the US government, the treasury, to fund whatever they're doing, to fund their wars, to fund their nonsense, whatnot. So what's going to happen is, if it continues, the US is going to go down. It actually has started going down, but now because of this tariff, the market just cannot take it, and they just kept on selling and selling and selling, and Donald Trump says, it's no good. So that's why he made the reverse. But don't forget, folks, 90 days. Now it's about 85 days. It's going to start all over again. And you know how Donald Trump is, right? He will wake up one morning, wrong side of the bed, and he'll come out something. And then you are dead. If you follow the wrong way, you are gone. Alright? So, why I like to trade these three pairs is because it's very simple. They are very, very stable. And Clarence may not agree with me, but those who have been with me for months now, or some even like 1 year, know that when I trade Aussie, I trade Kiwi, I don't put stop losses on. You know why? I'll tell you why again after. Because it's so steady, it goes up 30 points, 40 points, 50 points, 60 points, and then it comes back down again. And it goes up 60, 70, 80, 90 points, comes back down again. So, stop losses for me personally, but I'm not going to, like say, I'm going to teach you not to put stop loss, but for me personally, I don't. But when I teach my course, I say, can you please put stop loss? But personally, I don't. And why? Because I don't trade very big sizes. When you don't trade big sizes, you tend to be more confident. You tend to be more resilient. Alright? The market can hit you. Donald Trump can come out and say something, and the market moves 100 points. But if your position is very small, okay, so be it. It's going to go 100 points for 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, it's going to come back down again. Alright, so you may not like the way I trade, because we all have different trading styles, but what's important is what?
Make money.
Yes, you're right. The most important thing is that you have income, you have money. You can trade the best charts, but if it doesn't show you any profits, it's of no use. It's of no consequence. So I always believe that, hey, get the money first. Your people are happy. Then they will come, they'll follow you, and they'll trade alongside you. Alright? Those who have been with me, are you all happy or not so far? Okay or not? There's a few nods here and there. So I'm striving to be a much better so-called mentor to more people. Like I said, because I quit IGM, I quit James Cook to focus more on foreign exchange. I've only traded foreign exchange and futures, what you call that, interest rate futures, nothing else. Because you know why? I don't want to trade so many pairs or so many products. It gives me headache, you know. Okay, when I was in Stanchart as a treasury product manager, I lasted there for like 2 years. After that, I said, cannot. You know what? As a treasury product manager, you need to know stocks. You need to know bonds. You need to know gold. And sorry, I hate gold, okay? Sorry. I know some people like gold. And you know why I hate gold? I think it's a very, very manipulated metal. 99% who trade gold. Believe me or not? Do you all believe me? Any of you make money in gold? Honestly. Since you started trading until now, very few. Why? Because unless you are in that sync with the market, you're okay. But if not, you know, because you know what people tell me, hey, wow, gold today go up, you know. I think you can go and buy gold and you'll go up. Yeah, you buy gold, you'll go up. You'll make money for that little short term, but the next few days it's going to whack you. That's how gold is, right? You know, you may not want to believe me, but I know of my ex-boss, champion trader. I'm not joking. He has never lost in FX for his 35 years of trading. Every year he will make money. But when he traded gold, he got killed. Then he says, hey guys, you guys want to trade gold? If you do that, I'm not trading gold. That's why I stuck to FX, which I think is quite a good, because you just concentrate on a field that you are very good at, and you will be good. Believe me. Okay? Okay. And why I like to do that? Because those who have followed me, again, know that when I trade Aussie, I'm quite consistent. Every time they will come to me in the morning and say, what do you do, what do you do, what do you think? I say, well, today, continue selling Aussie. Why? Simple. Fundamentals are there. Aussie is not going to go up until the world becomes a safer place. But with Donald Trump, it is never a safe place. Alright? He will come out with things that you will never imagine. Okay? Secondly, okay, now I'm just going to go here. I've done that, so if you want to later on, you can take pictures, you can take whatever, I don't mind. Alright? So it's called okay. Oh, sorry, I think I overshot. Okay, so just to repeat, why I chose this trade because of its very, very stable movement. If you trade dollar yen, you go haywire, you know. When Trump rescinded the so-called tariff, dollar yen went from 143 to 148. Within the same day, the next day, it went down to 143 again. Alright, and then it went down again. And yesterday it went down to 142. And then it went back to 144, nearly 145. So if you trade yen, you go like, eventually you become haywire. So I don't trade yen. No, not say don't trade, I trade very more yen. Because if you know the direction of that currency so-called, even a very small amount, small lot, whether it's 0.25 or whether it's 0.5, it will give you a lot of profits. And that's what I've been doing over the last few weeks, few months, just trading in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And you say, well, you have so much time. Yes, you're right. I have a lot of time. Right? Because don't forget, no, I'm 71 years old. So I stay at home, look at the rates, go in, and say, anybody else follow? Follow. So actually I've got, I'm proud to say I've about, with AIMS, about 30 over followers. And they all have been making money. A bit of bragging now, so far this year. And I continue to make want to make more for them. Returns are quite okay lah. About what, 20% a month for the last 3 months, 3.5 months. It's around there. But I aim to make about 5 to 10% a week. Right? It's not that difficult. If you want to speak to me later on how I can achieve that, I can tell you how. 5% on 10,000 is how much? 500, right? All you need to do is make $100 a day. It's very easy. Alright? So now, Trump is going to be Trump. So this symposium tells you how to make money from the uncertainty. What you do is you just follow, alright? When during periods of what you call extreme volatility, the thing just spiked up. Alright? You take the opportunity to sell a certain pair. Or when it comes down, you take the opportunity to buy a certain pair. Alright, normally I'm a seller of Aussie, but the last few days I've been buying Aussie on dips. Why? Because it's up, down, up, down, up, down. I make 30 points, I make 20 points, I run. I make 30 points, I make 40 points, I run. Alright? And you accumulate your profits. You don't have to hold. Alright? In the 1980s when I was a trader, trading was so much easier. That time they had the Plaza Accord, alright, and all those accords. You come in, you just sell US dollars, you sit there. At the end of the day, collect money. It will go down. Every day it will go down, US dollars. Every day, for months. Alright, but now you try, you sell, you don't take profit. Become negative. Right? So the best is to go in and to go out, and to go in and to go out, and you accumulate your capital. And once you have accumulated the capital, it will build a base for you so that if the market goes against you, you can wait a little bit longer, right? To make that so-called position from a loss position into a winning position. Because you have that control. Because you have that capital. So that's how I always do. And there's one couple that has done very, very well. Fortunately, they're not here because they are having celebrations. She has done tremendously well. Just by doing the same thing, what I do. Alright? So I just had lunch with them 2 days ago and they say, hey, we just follow you. Although they are doing my copy trade, but they also do sell trading. So when I sell Kiwi, sell Aussie, they will do the same thing. And they made tons of money. I'm not bragging, but this couple was like up 6 figures, over 1.5 years. So imagine, they're up like 190,000 in confidence they share with me. Alright? I say, wow, you're even better than me. Better than Guru. So I say, why don't you become Guru, Then they laugh, okay? And hopefully, some of you can become gurus one day. Alright? But now, I have to say this, to repeat. If you want to trade foreign exchange, you need the fundamentals. Just like you need the technicals. But to me, because I'm economics, fundamentals are more important. Alright? So if you do not have fundamentals and you trade foreign exchange, you will not go very far. I really hate to say this, but you do need fundamental trading. Right? People tell you, oh, like Clara was saying, University of Michigan consumer sentiment. What is that? It's some sentiment that is sentiment that of the US consumer or inflation expectation. Alright? Or why is the 10-year yield so important? Why is not the 2-year yield? Why is not the 30-year yield? Why is the 10-year yield? All right. So all this one will be taught because I teach a course. Okay, on fundamental of foreign exchange, and that one is covered. So if you want to know, I'm doing the course on May the 3rd. If you all are interested, if nobody is interested, I'll just say no course. I love to teach, and if you all attend the course, you are most welcome. I will teach you. It's very cheap anyway. Right? This more out of passion. Alright? Teaching is my passion. It's been my passion for the last 40 years. Actually more. When I was in university also I started teaching. That's like 1978, 79. So again, up you know, 45 years, 46 years. Alright? Of course teaching economics. After that teaching some other finance related stuff at the universities. Okay? Now, so you must find the least volatile pair to trade during this uncertain time. Don't go and trade dollar yen big time, trade one lot. One lot of dollar yen till the seller move 500 points. How much are you down? Or $5,000 US. That's how much. And it can cost you in a blink of an eye. So you find the one that, hey, even though you can't say something, the thing will move 30 points, 40 points, and then you'll come back down again. So you don't have that heart attack, right? I don't like that. I like stability. I like steadiness rather than, hey, let's go for the big one. All right, you go for the big one, you also get clobbered by the big one, all right? So never ever try and say, especially this pair, okay? Do not try this pair. Which is what? Sterling yen. Sterling yen is crazy, right? You can go find 10% down in one day. Why subject yourself to that? Just trade every day, trade well, and accumulate your profits. Alright? And you'll find, hey, after 1 year, I double my profits. That is good, 1 year you double your profit. Is it good or is it not good? It's good, right? But sometimes, my dear friends, I can double your profits in 3 months, 4 months. Alright, you saw that co-MC, right? Which I did for one client. Actually now 2 clients. Alright, HSBC I did once, and another time I did on my own. This Italian guy, from nowhere he came out. I was lecturing at SMU, and he came, do you trade for me? Can you trade for me? He put in 400,000 US. In 4 months, behold, his 400 became 900. Alright? So, he's very happy. Alright? After that, he has to go back home to Italy because of some issue. And he's not been back since. So he says, when I come back to Singapore, I'll look great. Right? Now, so these are like bragging, a little bit bragging, but it is. Alright? So those will be with me for the last, 3-4 months. You know I can do it. Alright, during the break, you can ask some of them, alright? Some of them are up like 40-50% now. It's like 3 months now. So imagine, give me another 3 months, it'll be 100. Right? Slow and steady. You have to do it. Again, the proverb, slow and steady winneth the race. You can be like a tortoise, but at the end, you'll be the winner. No point to be like running like a rabbit, like a hare, and then you go I like puncture. Alright? Because when you want to trade foreign exchange as an investment, you have to trade it with firstly passion, secondly stamina. You cannot last it after 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, you puncture. Alright, so it's of no use. Because if you're going to treat this as an investment, just like any other investment, whether it's insurance, whether it's your some a bit longer term insurance, take foreign exchange investment like insurance, not speculation. Right? Then you need treat it like speculation. Sad to say, most people trade gold on speculation, and most end up getting burned. Believe me. Alright. My chief dealer 40 years ago. He's also a champion FX trader. But same like my so-called boss, traded gold, died. Alright? Cannot. Alright, so you have to take control, so-called. You have to be a master of a few rather than be jack of all trades. And you don't master any. Alright? That means you don't know the characteristic of the pairs. Which is very important in FX trading, which is very important in any sort of investment trading. So if you look at our Warren Buffett trades a lot, but he's also very, very cautious on how he trades. Alright? What he gets into. So he's very, very focused. So same thing. Foreign exchange, you'll be very, very focused on the pairs that you want to trade, and you will normally do very, very well. Okay? Next. Trade only a fraction of what you normally trade during normal times. Okay, given the erratic nature of Trump, it is wise to trade in very small lots in case he comes up with some stupid comments that will roil your position. Always remember that small drops of water will soon become an ocean. Therefore, it is advisable to lock in your profits quickly in order to build up your capital so that you'll be able to withstand any shocks that will come along your way. Alright? So, it is always important during this kind of times, like Clarence was saying, opportunities will be there. It's abound. It's a lot. Alright? Whether you are able to take that to make money is up to you. So make sure that when you start trading foreign exchange, especially now, alright, trade again is learn to repeat pairs that are the most stable. Alright, don't go up and down like crazy, and then of course trade only a fraction. I used to do my Aussie Kiwi trades, 2 lots, 3 lots, 4 lots, not even up to 5 lots. But now I become a bit chicken because Trump, you never know what he says. So I do half lot. Alright, don't forget half a lot, 60 points is how much? $300 no, US. Friends, $300. And to move 60 points, Trump just needs to say something. And then you either up 300 points, $300 or you down $300.
Micro.
Alright, so be very, very, what you call that, careful with your lot size. Because you know what, every time I teach, you know, I remind people like there's a Malay term, mak nenek, like naggy. Alright, why I nag? Because many people get caught by leveraging. They over leverage. Or they get caught because their margin is not enough. So make sure that when you trade, your margin is always enough to sustain any so-called untoward movements that comes along. You never know, alright? So I always implore people, hey, you trade, make sure that you have enough margin so that when the knocks come, instead of running away, you say, hey, I have enough margin, I can do another smaller lot to so-called average. Although I don't encourage that all the time, but sometimes during this type of time, it allows you to happen. Alright, like yesterday, Aussie move up and down so many times. Alright, so those who follow my trade, you can see, you know, I do many Aussie yesterday. $30 out, $50 out, $35 out, $60 out. At the end of the day, how much did I miss? Anyone notice for the week? Yesterday was 400 US, one day. Let's say, it's chicken feed. 400 US on 10,000 is how much? How many percent? 4% a month is good. 4% a day. Alright, so this week, Just to give you a perspective, those who are following my trades, I told them actually, we had a good week. We make 16.65% this week. Okay? So if I continue at this trend, you're going to get 40-50% this month. Alright? And there's another account that I traded, I also made about 20% this week. So it's all about consistency, all about how you take opportunities rather than, trading across markets. Alright? I applaud Clarence. I also applaud Leonard, who's going to tell you about AI. But because they trade so many products, they are not going to be like me, do only 3 currencies. So no need to go and have that machine. If you trade so many products, you need the AI, you need the algorithms, you need all this to take care of you. For me, this old man here, only 3 pairs. So don't have to worry so much. But even though with the 3 pairs, it allows me to generate decent profits. Alright? Without losing sleep. Whenever my wife sees me and my children see me sleep, how come you trade and you can still sleep like that? I say, why cannot? But your position is there, no. I say it runs away about 30 points. So when I wake up, I say, last night I woke up. My Aussie was actually down a little bit. Then I woke up, I saw profit, $60 I took and run. Alright? So my proverb is when you start building up and then when you have enough, after a while when you reach a level where you have so-called made your capital, after that it's all free money. Then you all can be more gung-ho, alright? In terms of doing bigger lot sizes and of course doing much riskier currencies. But again, why do riskier currencies when you have opportunities to do currencies that allow you to make money? Alright? So, this is just a tip of the iceberg one I'm telling you, but eventually during the break, if you want to talk about some other stuff, I can and I will. Right? Because I have been doing this for 2 years now. And I'm not going to stop. Alright? Cannot, you know why? I stop. The brain will go haywire. I semi-retired just before I had my cancer. Alright? It took me all of 6 months before I say, forget it, I'm going back to this stuff. You cannot do it. Alright? So that's a signal for me to slow down, stop talking. So any of you during the break or whenever you want to get in touch with me, please do so. I am always open. See you guys. Okay?
Your turn now, right?
Thank you for the attention.